For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Jane Arteaga is suing her brother, Ross Arteaga, in the amount of $2,500. Ms. Arteaga claims that after she moved out, her brother stole the money she had hidden inside her stuffed animals and says he refused to return her cash.
Okay, Ms. Arteaga, you are suing your brother for $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim he stole this money from you and that's why you brought him to court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct? All right, what happened? How did your brother manage to take $2,500 from you?
Yeah, so I was living with my brother after our mother passed away 4 years ago. I moved out when I was 18 and I moved in with my boyfriend, Kenny.
Okay, so your mom passed away at 18.
Correct.
And it's just the two of you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Dad, what about Dad?
Dad's not in our life.
Okay, so mom passed away, and so you had to take care of your sister.
My little sister, yes, I did.
Your little sister. And how old are you, Mr. Arteaga?
I'm 25.
You're 25. So when your mom passed away, though, Mr. Arteaga, did you pay for rent?
So we were paying on a mortgage. It was about $2,000, and then that was really what we was paying on.
So, but did you work to pay that?
I was doing some freelance photography, so
Okay,
I was
so
making.
with whatever work you were doing, you're basically making ends meet for you and your sister.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Do you still have the house?
Yes, I still have.
All right, so you're able to pay for it now while you're
Yeah.
working. Everything
Yes.
is good. All right, that's very good. So you moved out after your mother passed away.
Yes, about.
Why did you move out, Ms. Arteaga?
Because the relationship with my brother had become toxic after my mom had passed away.
What do you mean by toxic?
Well, he started to treat me like he was my parent instead of a sibling. He became very controlling over me.
Like, what did he do? Give me examples.
For example, I had like a part-time job in high school, and he demanded that all my money went to him.
You gonna lie in her face like that?
Let's let her finish, Ross, and then we'll go to you. So you worked a part-time job, and he asked you to contribute to the household?
Correct.
Is that so bad?
Well, not really contribute. He more or less demanded, like, this money has to go towards this and has to come to me. And he was just very manipulative, controlling over me and my life.
Did you understand that he was now responsible for you?
Yes.
For paying a $2,000 mortgage, for making sure you had food, making sure you had whatever you needed. Yes, you were working a part-time job, and your mother just passed away. I mean, I know you suffered too, but did you think he was just trying to make ends meet, or you just thought it was controlling and manipulative?
It wasn't what he was doing, it was how he was going about it.
Okay.
He just did not.
And you were too young to figure out that he was doing it just to protect you, right?
I suppose.
All right, so anyway, you moved out.
Yes.
Okay, what happened?
I moved out when I was 18. I moved in with my boyfriend, Kenny. And I went back to go pick up my stuff after getting my eggs in a row, getting all my, stability together, just figuring out the ropes of life. I went back to
You
pick up.
figured that out in less than a year, or how long did it
A
take
year
you?
and a half to 2 years. It took
Wow.
me
I'm still figuring
minute.
that out, but good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you moved out with your boyfriend. You left some stuff there, and you finally kind of figured out what you wanted to do in life. And what happened then?
So I contacted my brother to see if I could pick up my items, and I did. And when I retrieved my stuffed animal collection, my money was no longer there.
All right. So when you left to move in with your boyfriend, Kenny, is it?
Yes.
You left, and did you leave a lot of things at your family home?
Yes, I left majority of my belongings back at home.
Like your clothes?
The only thing I really brought were my clothes and essential items. I left my stuffed animals, my bags, just
Childhood things?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. And you left him in your room, or?
In my room.
In your room. All right. And Mr. Arteaga, did you know When your sister moved out, she left all of her things in her room?
Yes, it was actually her trying to be fast, actually, I would say, because her boyfriend is not really a good influence on her. Me being the bigger brother, I try to make sure she's safe. Our mother had just passed away. So for her to have met this dude, you know, he would come and pick her up late at night, and I felt like she was taking advantage of our mother's death. You know, who is this dude? And so she ups and leaves, and she left a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Coming up on Justice for All.
I don't know what she's talking about. At the time, she was grown. So, I mean, why am I picking you up for our mother's funeral? You know, I was doing what I had to do to get there. She was with Kenny. Why Kenny didn't bring you?
And later,
I said, okay, just be big and act crazy, or see if they could just get out so we could just scare them off. So I didn't want to go ahead and close the door. I didn't think about closing any of the doors. I just wanted to go ahead and get them out.
Yeah.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Jane Arteaga, who is suing her brother, Ross Arteaga, for property loss.
So you were out of the house for how long before you came back to get your stuff at the house?
I moved out at 18. This happened about a year ago, so I was about 19 years old when I finally went back.
It took you almost a year to pick up stuff that you wanted from the house?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What did you do in the meantime, Mr. Arteaga, with the house? Did you stay in the house?
Yeah, so I was staying in the house. Like I said, I'm a freelance photographer, so I've been trying to turn her room actually into a home office for me to do my work.
How many bedrooms in the house?
Oh, the bedroom's 3 bedrooms.
Okay. And you couldn't do that in the other bedroom?
Well, my bedroom and then my mother's bedroom, it was too small. So I wanted her bedroom because it you know, she's spoiled. She had a big room. So I wanted to take everything out of there and turn that into my home office.
Got it. And so you were now paying for everything for the old family home. You were paying for the mortgage, the bills, the gas, the electricity, water, power, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So it was completely yours now.
Yes.
And is it under your name now?
Yeah, so it's under my name at the moment, yes.
Okay. All right. So then she came back to pick up her belongings about a year later.
Yes, she did.
Did you know that she would eventually pick them up?
No, I didn't know that. She was so busy with this dude. I texted her saying, come get your stuff. You know, she was like, okay, I'm gonna get it on my own time. I want to do it on my own leeway. Give me some leeway. Okay, a year? How long do you need to get this $2,500? I figured she didn't need it. She got it all figured out with her boyfriend, Kenny.
Sounds like dramatic.
All right. So then when you went to go pick up your belongings, what happened?
I did retrieve my stuffed animals and the rest of my things. However, my money was not in the stuffed animals.
So he didn't get rid of anything. It was just the money that was missing out of the stuffed animals.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. And what happened next? You told your brother, where's my money? What did he say?
He said he used it for, you know, necessities to pay the mortgage and to pay the property taxes and things like that, which I understand, but it's like I didn't know that he was gonna be using my money and without my permission to pay for those things. And I'm in like a lot of student loan debt right now, and I really needed that money.
Do you think it's fair that you should have paid him or helped contribute to the family home, paying the property taxes and the mortgage, or do you feel no?
So, I mean, if he would allow me to help, I totally would. I'm just going through so much, you know, on my own right now, trying to navigate early adulthood and just trying to figure out my staff in life.
What about your brother?
He's 25.
Isn't he going through things? Didn't he lose his
Yes.
mother also?
Yes.
Didn't he all of a sudden had to wake up, even though at 25 you're supposed to be adult? No offense, Ross. People at 25 sometimes aren't really adultish. They
No,
pretend to
yeah.
be, but they're not. He had to hurry up and grow up. He
I
had to take
understand
care
that.
of a 17, 18-year-old child because from all intents and purposes, everything you're telling me today, you're still a child, pretending to be a grown-up. So you don't think he's going through a hard time?
No, and definitely I think we're both going through a hard time, and instead of like coming at each other, we should come together.
Then why didn't you, instead of suing him?
While I was mourning, he just kept me from the funeral. There were so many things that he did to just...
You kept her from coming to the
I
funeral?
didn't keep her from the funeral. She didn't. No, that's. I'm sorry. I don't know what she's talking about. At the time, she was grown. So, I mean, why am I picking you up for our mother's funeral? You know, I was doing what I had to do to get there. She was with Kenny. Why Kenny didn't bring
Because
you?
there was no way for me to get to the
You were
funeral.
old enough to make the decision to move out with Kenny and not old enough to figure out how to use your phone and call an Uber, go on a public bus, ask somebody for a ride, ask Kenny for a ride?
Yes.
So you missed your mother's funeral and you blame that on your brother? Give me a better reason.
That's why I'm hurt from this whole situation, because I didn't even get to see my mom go into the ground.
Well, that was your responsibility. That was not his responsibility.
Right.
And that's something you will regret for the rest of your life because you were pretending to be an adult when you weren't. So listen, it's not that I want to cut this short, but you're suing your brother for taking money that belonged to you.
Correct.
Right? Did you abandon your property? No, because he knew you were coming back. And that was your family home. You knew she was going to come back. You didn't want to get rid of her stuff. But you did take her money. So we know that the $2,500 was your sister's. I can only judge based and rule based on the facts. She had $2,500 in her room. You took the $2,500 in the room and you used them. So that was wrong. So you need to reimburse her $2,500. That's just hard, cold facts, right? You took something that wasn't yours, you need to return it. What I wish your sister would reflect on is that she's not the only person that's suffering here. She's not the only person that suffered a loss. But people don't talk to each other anymore, and that's why they come to small claims court, and here we are. So, based on the evidence, again, I will grant your claim in $2,500, and the defendant will have to reimburse you. I hope you guys have a meeting and talk to each other, because it's a shame. I think your mother would be very depressed to find out you guys are in court today. Okay? Good luck, guys.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $2,500.
I'm sorry we had to come to court. I'm just happy that this issue was resolved, and hopefully me and my brother, we could amend our relationship and just heal from the tragedy.
Coming up on Justice for All.
2 monkeys initially had come in, and everybody was kind of reacting because they're squirrel monkeys. They're very small, they're very cute, but then a whole swarm came on a minute later.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Bradley Lawrence is suing Carlos Gomez in the amount of $500. Mr. Lawrence claims Mr. Gomez let a swarm of monkeys invade their villa during a stay in Costa Rica, and says one of the furry bandits took off with his watch.
Okay, gentlemen, I understand this case involves some monkeys. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes,
All
Your Honor.
right, Mr. Lawrence, you're bringing the lawsuit for $500. Explain how monkeys are involved in this.
The defendant and I know each other through a mutual friend who was having a birthday celebration in Costa Rica. And the resort that we were in, there are monkeys that pass by daily between 3 and 5 p.m. So we were planning for a happy hour prior to a big dinner to celebrate our mutual friend's birthday. The defendant came down to the main area where there was no air conditioning, and he said he was going to open all of the doors that went out to the balcony.
Were the other people downstairs as well with you?
They were starting to come out of the rooms because each room actually has their own AC.
Okay.
So I actually stated to the plaintiff and everybody else, like, hey, make sure that food's away. I'm going to go ahead and open up the doors so actually, more air could actually come in through.
Okay, so you actually asked everybody, is it okay if I open the doors or the windows? And everybody said okay.
Yes.
All right, so what happened next?
One of our party members had screamed because she had seen the monkey come in, and she was kind of surprised. So 2 monkeys initially had come in, and everybody was kind of reacting because they're squirrel monkeys. They're very small, they're very cute. But then a whole swarm came on a minute later, all
So
of a
was
sudden.
all the food out at this time?
For the most part, no. Just a bag of chips that I had been snacking on while I made the veggie tray. We had been advised by our concierge that they were interested in fruits and vegetables, not really anything like a bag of chips. So I thought we were safe in leaving that out.
Okay, all right, then what happened next?
I went and closed 3 doors, leaving 2 open so that they could vacate, and eventually they did. Maybe within 10 minutes, I noticed that my watch and the bag of chips were both gone from the kitchen counter.
Coming up,
I approached the defendant and I said, my watch is missing. I really feel like if we had not opened those doors, we wouldn't have this problem. And he intimated to me that it was on me.
you're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Bradley Lawrence, who is suing Carlos Gomez for property damage.
And why was your watch next to the bag of chips?
When I had been cutting the vegetables for the vegetable tray, it became very difficult to manage the cutting with the watch on because it's fairly a large watch, and I felt like I would have an easier time to get everything done
Really?
without it.
Okay, all right, so you decided to take it off and you left it on the counter.
Correct.
All right, okay, and then what happened?
So I realized it was missing. I approached the defendant and I said, my watch is missing. I really feel like if we had not opened those doors, we wouldn't have this problem. And he intimated to me that it was on me, that I shouldn't have left my watch on the counter, to which I had replied, you know, the issue wouldn't have been present if we had just opened a single door and monitored more carefully what was going on.
All right, okay, so Mr. Gomez, your side of the story quickly.
So basically, as I stated and talked to him, everybody has their own AC in their room. When I got downstairs, there was already, you know, some of our guests that's right there. I opened up the doors so we could actually have much cooler area. So yes, I did open up all the doors. And again, it was already like past like 5:30, going towards the evening time. It was getting cooler air, so that's why I did. The couple monkeys that came in, it, you know, kind of scared us. Well, kind of scared one of our guests, but then everything was fine. And then yes, more of them just came in swarming. And
How many monkeys came in?
Honestly, I probably from the top of my head, maybe about 10 or 12.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but they were squirrel monkeys. They were small, but they were just really, really fast. So
Okay.
I said, okay, just be big and act crazy, or see if they could just get out so we could just scare them off. So I didn't want to go ahead and close the door. I didn't think about closing any of the doors. I just wanted to go ahead and get them out.
Yeah.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
Did you ever find your watch?
The following morning, I got a group from our party together. We left around 7 when it was good light. And after about an hour and a half of searching, I came across my watch, and it was damaged pretty severely.
Okay. Mr. Lawrence, you took the watch off. Nobody put a gun to your head to take your watch off. You put it on a counter. You were in Costa Rica. You know that monkeys come in. You knew that everybody agreed to open the door when Mr. Gomez wanted to open the door, whether he was the one who physically opened all the doors, wanted to open all the doors, regardless, everybody else wanted to open the doors. And the mere fact that the watch got ruined or stolen by the monkeys is not the defendant's fault, it's your fault because you took it off and didn't put it back on, right? Sue the monkey. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to tell you. But the defendant is not liable or responsible for the damage of your watch. Period. Only you are, okay? So based on that, I will deny your claim for $500, okay? Good luck, gentlemen.
Here you go.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I told you this was a waste of time.
I can't believe you show no more concern than you do.
It's not my responsibility at all. And there's other people, and yet you're putting the blame on me.
I shouldn't be surprised. Typical.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.